Video coming shortly of the Beavercraft BSH4 Dusk Bushcraft knife. Y'all stay tuned to J&J True Outdoor Adventures to see this awesome knife. Well, I'm out here with this new knife that Jared and I received. We've already looked at them, we've already used them to test them out, but it was yesterday and I forgot to shoot any video. I was down at the farm. But I'm gonna do a little bit here. I've got my chest harness on with my GoPro. I'll fire it up here in a little bit. But what we have here is a Bushcraft knife. This is from Beaver. Let me check and make sure I say it right. Beavercraft out of the Ukraine. And they do a lot of woodworking knives and tools for carvings and stuff. But they got into the bushcraft making knife. And this is the, I got a cheat sheet here, BSH4 Dusk knife. It's carbon steel. In fact, it is actually carbon steel, let me find here, I got it written, 1066 carbon steel with a hardness between 58 and 60 HRC, okay? The blade is total knife is 9.84 inches. And let me get it out of the sheath. I like this sheath. This sheath is actually a cowhide sheath. It is soft. It is very soft, but it's got a nice welt. The stitching, you know, since I do leather work, the stitching is, to me, superb. You can wear this on your belt like this up against you. But it's also got a built-in dangler, which is attached, and when you don't want to wear it dangling, you can slide it out of the way. Now I've put a lanyard on it, or loop, lanyard. Like I said, Jerry and I both got these knives, and his box had a black piece of paracord. I had some camo paracord. Mine did not have the paracord in it. It doesn't have a snap. It's one of these studs right here. Let me get it in the camera here. It's a stud, and you pull it back, and you pull the knife out. Now, that's the sheath. This is the knife. Okay? And this has got European walnut handles, and they're not pinned. They've got, you can see it, they're Allen head screws on both sides. Okay, the total length is 9.84 inches. The blade is 4.92 inches long. The handle is 4.92 inches long. The blade width is 1 3/8 inches. And the thickness is 0.14 inches. And you can see this is a full tang. Okay. And like I said, it's 1066 carbon steel, 58 to 60 HRC hardness. It has a unique metal coating on it that shields the blade from rust and corrosion. And it's got their logo right there on the blade. I don't want to call this jimping. I don't think this is actual jimping. And it does have a 90-degree edge right here. Here, there is a edge, but it's kind of a beveled, and I don't know if you can see it or not. The blade comes up and it's not true 90 degrees. It bevels in and then there's a sharp edge. But it does back here come straight up to a 90-degree edge. So you can strike a ferro rod with it. And as Jared mentioned, back here you can strike your ferro rod with that if you wanted to. But what we're going to try to do is I've got some stuff I cut up. It might be too dry to do anything. I'm going to try to put it through some tests and let y'all see it. I'm going to turn on the GoPro so you'll be right there on top of what I'm doing. Hopefully I won't be too close. So y'all just stay with me. We'll get this thing going. Okay, I don't know how long this is going to last. But I got a piece of, I believe this is a limb off of black walnut. I'm going to make a baton stick out of it. But just wanted to show you. Peeling that bark off. Now I did find out, don't put your thumbs up here. That's kind of rough. You're going to put your thumb here or just grip it like I'm gripping it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shave off this outer bark down into some of the meat. Okay, the GoPro went dead. I don't know if I got any there or not. But this is a piece of black walnut limb, and you can see I've already started. I'm shaving off the bark. I'm gonna make a batoning log out of this, and I will tell you, if you grab this or use your thumb here, these are kind of rough on the thumb. Not too bad. If you have a pair of gloves on, you're not going to pay any attention to it. And it all depends on how much of a bite you're taking into this. But like I said, I'm trying to make a batoning log, and this is what me and Jared did yesterday down on the farm, and I didn't have any of my video equipment with me to show us doing this. And you can see how good this thing is cutting on here. And I know, should be making some feather sticks and stuff, but first I want to get this done. Try to make it as round as I can and as smooth as I can on my hand. And hopefully I got this in frame so you can see it. Probably not. Tilt it down just a little bit more. But Jared really likes it. And I want to thank Beavercraft for sending me and Jared both a knife to do this review on. This might be kind of rotten. This has been seasoned for several years. I just haven't done anything with it. But you can see here, this is what I'm wanting to make, is a handle to hold on to. Get off some more of this bark up here. Get to the wood. And then I'm going to go around the edge here, kind of cut a bevel. This knife's doing what I want it to do. Then I'm going to set up a log here in just a minute. It's already been split, but I'm going to split it with the knife. And it's black walnut. But you know, there you go. That's going to be my baton log to hit with, hit the knife with. So let me get the camera situated around to the spot over here where I'm going to try and baton this chunk of black walnut. Okay, here's the black walnut. You can see the heart of the black walnut, and then this outer part is already paper thin. Or not paper thin, it's pretty much peeling off. So I'm just going to take the knife and split the heartwood. See, there I got that split. And then take this piece here. So, you know, you go camping, you're not going to be using the knife unless you're making some kindling or something for your firewood stove. But I'm telling you right now, this thing still has an edge. Okay, that's the heartwood of black walnut. And I don't know if I can make a feather stick out of black walnut or not. Well, what do you think, folks? Think I made a feather stick? Man, black walnut smells so good. But there's that. Let's just see. Okay, you see right there what I did. Just cut into it, just chopping. No rolls, no burrs. Still got an edge. So Still cutting. So, makes a believer out of me. Okay folks, you've already seen the video of me using the knife that Beavercraft sent us. It's their BSH4 Dusk Bushcraft knife. Jared's got his, and he's going to baton a couple logs. Maybe just shave them, maybe not try to do feather sticks. I mean, I tried that already.
I'm not good at feather sticks.
All right.
I got to learn that.
Yeah. So we got a log here sitting in front of us, and there's two logs here he's going to baton. He's got his batoning log that he carved out. Let me get that. He's right here. And you know, I told you that we'd done this a week ago and didn't video, but this is the log he made for batoning with. So he's going to use that.
And I tell you what, I've already batoned with it. That wasn't on camera. And man, this thing still has a good edge.
Yeah, I know.
A real good edge. And I even carved up some morel mushrooms with it.
Oh yeah.
And we fried them babies up, but you know, we're gonna put it through its courses. We're gonna beat the snot out of this thing. Let's see what it does.
Yeah, I'm gonna get behind the camera, folks.
Yeah.
Now most people don't do this.
Yeah. Well, they do. Well, bushcrafters, stuff like that, they do this. And this is a survival thing. This is, you know, the only thing you have with you is a knife, and you need to make firewood. You clearly can't bust this. So your next best thing is small tree limbs, kindling, and then find stuff of this size that you can split so that you can have a fire that's going to keep you warm. And
because we all know
a good quality knife
full
that
tang.
has a full tang, you should be able to put this knife on there and beat the crap out of it, and that knife should split this log, and it should maintain its edge to a certain extent. Now it will dull over time, but in a survival situation, it should be sharp enough that you can continue to split a few of these to get you a fire going to where you would survive.
Mm-hmm.
So, get the knife on there.
That might have been a little bit too wide of a knife or a log.
No, it ain't too wide. I think it's a little bit too long. But you do it a little bit there, you do it a little bit on this end, and it'll split. You normally don't hit where your handle is. In this case, I'm giving it some hits.
And it's splitting. There's your tip.
Is the tip out?
Yep.
That's really what you want. And there's your split piece of wood. And then this right here is ideal.
Right.
For what we just done.
It'll split a lot easier because you got more knife sticking out on the other side.
So you take that, balance it with your knife, drive it in. That log here isn't level.
And basically all you're doing, folks, is you're cutting up the wood to make kindling.
You're splitting firewood, and that right there is going to burn really good for you compared to
The solid pit.
this. That's not going to burn really well at all. That's just going to smolder. This is going to burn. And, you know, you can get pieces like this and get your fire going, and then you can have pieces this big once you get the fire going, and these will burn for quite a while. And you can get a good hot fire going, and then once you get it going and it's good and hot, you know, you can start throwing some bigger stuff on there. But after all of that, the edge isn't curled over. There's no what you would call boogers, I guess, in the edge, and it's still razor sharp.
All right. Well, you know, I done my video a few days ago. Mine is still razor sharp. I don't feel any burrs on the side of it, and you know, this thing.
There's your kindling right there.
Yeah.
You do that close to the ground, get you a good pile of it, and then once you've got a nice pile, then you take that and you hit your striker or whatever and get you a spark going, get you a flame, and then you can start putting on your small little limbs or whatever, and then start adding some of this bigger stuff that you split. And you did it all with your knife.
Yeah, you know, like right here, I'm making some curls. I just cut them off. But, you know, Jared could sit there and take his knife right now and just cut, not make curls, just cut, showing that it's still got a good edge.
Yeah, let me get a piece. I cut too deep. I'm not good at feather sticking.
Right, and this is a big seasoned piece of wood. You'd probably use something smaller or split that again.
But, you know, if you're not good at feather sticking,
you just cut shavings off of it.
You can take this, put it on the ground, and don't worry about it hitting the dirt or whatever. If this was a survival situation, the last thing I'm worried about is that knife hitting that dirt. But take that thing.
You get a bunch of cuttings for kindling to start your fire.
And then you do that, and you can gather that stuff up, and that right there is going to be your best stuff for, you know, getting the fire started. Now, most of the time though, you're probably not going to use something this big.
No.
To do a feather stick. You're going to use something smaller. You're going to use something kind of like this that you can shave up. But like I said, I'm not good at feather sticking. It doesn't matter what type of wood it is. I'm not good at it. Now this does have the edge on it. Where's it? Right here?
It's right there at the very back, close to the handles, more of a 90-degree.
Right here where your grooves are.
You
just put that on your ferrule rod, and it'll throw your sparks. So, all in all, I mean, that's a quality knife. And then, you know, where you have the lanyard, here's this. Where you have the lanyard, if that's not on there, you could almost use that as a bottle opener too.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And of course you use the back end to strike your ferro rod.
Yeah, back here.
Yeah. Now the one thing I will say, I'll get in here now. The one thing I will say, you'll notice his lanyard is black. That's what came with it. I put a camo paracord lanyard on mine because mine didn't come with the cord. My box didn't have a cord in it, but yours did. But these things are sharp.
Which is nice because you can put your knife on here.
Whenever you're chopping with it.
And then, well, not even just that. I mean, when you're walking through the woods, and normally you're going to have it in your sheath that they provide, which is a soft leather sheath. It's fairly nice though, and it has a dangler made into it. But you know, if you're doing something, you're going from here to there, or from here over there, and you're not going to sheath it, you're just going to grab something over there. Having it around your wrist means you ain't going to lose it. One guy that I watch on YouTube, he went on one of these survival shows. Now granted, it wasn't his knife. It was the ferrule rod.
No, he lost it.
And he ended up having to quit early because he went to get firewood and his ferrule rod didn't have a lanyard and he lost it. So once he got his firewood and he went back to start his fire, he had no way of trying to get a spark, and the wood was damp. So he ended up having to quit early. If that hadn't happened, he probably would have went a lot farther.
Yeah.
But having something to where you're not going to drop it in the leaves or in the snow. Snow would be the worst, you know. But to where you're not going to lose something that's actually going to help you survive, it pays off.
Yeah. Well, that's the review of these Beavercraft BSH4 Dusk Bushcraft knives from, like I said, from Beavercraft. And want to thank them for sending me and Jared the knives to test out.
Big thank you.
A big thank you. They have hatchets, and then they have something that looks like a hoe that's for digging. Kind of looks like a hatchet, but instead of having the hatchet blade, it's curved, like for digging, for chopping.
Maybe for getting like ramps or...
Well, it's supposed to have a sharp blade. I guess you could use it if you had a log split in half and you need to carve out the center of it. You could use it for that.
Maybe, or ginsenging.
Could be, yeah.
You know, you dig up the root.
And maybe they'll send that to us to review. We'll just have to wait and see. But appreciate y'all watching J&J True Outdoor Adventures. Please like, comment, and subscribe. There will be links for Beavercraft and for this knife. They sell it on Amazon. They are from Ukraine. Just want to let everybody know that. They are from Ukraine.
So, shipment might be delayed a little bit if you order.
Could be. Unless they got an Amazon store. Because these are handcrafted knives. They're not factory made. So with that, again, thank you for watching J&J True Outdoor Adventures. We'll see you in the woods. Thanks for watching.
Oh, we're getting into a testing part. Oh.